Today's intervals, 15 by 3 minutes on, 1 minute off. We're going to be aiming for roughly 500 meters. Should be good. This morning we're going to be doing 15 by 600s with a minute rest between. Going to be doing it in roughly 3 minutes. So it's not too bad. All pacings will be at my marathon goal of roughly 450 per kilometre. Should be pretty spicy. Set 1, thrown out, so that's pretty rough. That's alright. Not too sure on your audio just yet. So we're going to be holding off near 450 pace. So the intent for this, we're going to start doing 450 pace as threshold intervals. We're going to build up to roughly 10 to 20k worth of intervals a week, as that'd be roughly 20% of my volume. From there, that's going to be spread across threshold and tempo. So hopefully by the time we finish with the threshold phase, we're pushing into holding this pace for tempo work, and then we reorientate the threshold pacing to be slightly faster and repeat the process. Okay, here we go. One thing I forgot to mention, so last week I did 10 sets, and then this week I'm going 15 sets because it's getting close to that 10k mark, the total intensity distance for this segment. So then next week I'll bump it up to 800s, drop back down the reps, and then build up 800s until I get to that 10k, and then rinse and repeat. But when I get into the tempo, I'll be pushing past that 20k of intensity or at marathon pace, and then that's my goal. But I'll test and adjust as I go, just to keep healthy. I could be running much faster. I could be hitting my Ks around that 4 minutes, but I wouldn't get the volume for the intensity. It'd only be a handful of sets, which is not what we want. Maybe when I'm pushing to my high rocks training or half marathon, I'd be doing that. But I'm hoping with the intent of this sort of structure that I will naturally just progress to that pace and get faster through the volume and intensity progression. Set 5. One thing I'm starting to notice, my heart rate's sitting around 160, just right in a good spot. But in my rest, my heart rate's dropping down to around 130 or close to that. It's pretty cool, right where I want it to be. I'm recovering pretty quick in that minute. 10 sets done. Heart rate's still, it's sitting a little bit high, but that's alright. It's a coffee or a shed. But heart rate's still dropping down to high 130, which is pretty much what I want. So everything's tracking pretty good and body feels good. 15 sets done. The last couple were pretty tough, which is good. Held most of the lower heart rate for the first 12. Those last 3 heart rate spiked, which is normal because it's an increase on last week. Knee did start to get a little bit sore. I could definitely tell it was definitely that glute as my leg was coming in. Overall though, good session. That wraps up my 4th week of intensity progression. Feeling pretty good, feeling pretty healthy. A little deload next week and crack on.